Hey everyone, it's Jamie here from Shopify Masterclass, and welcome to part 2 of how to build a successful Shopify store. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, check that out. The link will be above here. As I mentioned in the first video, everything is split up into timestamps so you can easily navigate around. Also, if you enjoy any of this content, hit that like and subscribe button below. Also, I want to mention Profit Calc, the one-click profit calculator app available on the Shopify App Store. All you have to do is select your date range to get detailed profit calculations and analytics so you can understand your store in real time. There's a link in the description below to check out a 15-day free trial of Profit. In this video, I'm going to go over how you can set up your abandoned cart reminder emails using SMS, as well as traditional email messages. For this one, I'm going to be leveraging an app on the Shopify App Store, and it is completely free at the time of recording, which is super awesome. This app is going to be called Hompage SMS Marketing. Allows for abandoned cart recovery plus SMS text marketing, and it is free here, so you can recover more sales with SMS. It takes one click to set up, so you can recover certain carts here. It's TCPA and GDPR compliant, and it's a very simple setup. Now to add this to your Shopify App Store, your Shopify store, you just want to hit the Add App button. So it's going to load up the page here where you can confirm the installation. I'm going to hit Install App just to confirm everything there. I'm going to ask you for a verification code. I've just entered mine here. Now you click Connect, and it will load the app builder from here. I'm going to bring you to a setup wizard. I'm just going to enable the abandoned cart flow, ignoring the rest of these setup sections for now. Now for this free plan here, you get an email quota of 0 to 3,000 and SMS 0 to 50. This is going to be perfectly fine when starting out. So I'm just going to navigate to the email and SMS section and head to flows. So again, flows is going to be on the left-hand side within the Automizely app. So it's going to be a few flows automatically enabled. The main one you want to look at here is abandoned cart. And so this flow should automatically be set up. It's essentially going to be a time triggered delay. So after 20 minutes, you're going to send this email here to complete your store purchase. There's going to be an 8-hour delay. It's going to resend that email. This can be based on if the customer has not purchased yet. So it is enabled now. So that is the basic one there. But rather than just use this one, let's go through step by step and enable the abandoned cart SMS and email, as that one's going to be doubly effective there as you're focusing on two different channels. So they have these flows pre-built here. So overall, they're super easy to set up. I'm going to leave this one disabled until it's fully set up here. But the filter is going to be minimum checkout value is going to be $20. I'm going to say this as $1 as any checkout value here I want to be included. And so the number of recent orders is going to be equal to 0 since the flow started. So that's going to mean the customer has not ordered yet. I'm going to hit save, and that's going to be the first step to set up. So it's going to be a 20-minute delay, and it's going to send that first email here for the abandoned cart. So it's going to say complete your purchase from store name. That's going to be a variable that's automatically filled out. And it's going to include the items here that are synced from your store automatically based on your product. I'm going to remove this powered by Automizely from the bottom, since that's branding I don't really want included. So I'm going to hit save here. For that first section, there's going to be 8-hour delay, and there's going to be a conditional split. That's going to first see if there is an SMS subscription enabled. Now you can use this app as well to collect those. It can also be done to the checkout automatically. Now for this conditional split here, I'm also going to add this and condition to say, and the number of recent orders is equal to 0. As if they have purchased at that time, I don't want to send them this reminder here, as I can include a discount. So if it's enabled, it's going to send an SMS here. So it's going to be grab the awesome products in your cart before someone else does, leading to a custom link here, which they can opt out. Alternatively, it's going to be the same email. So again, with these emails here, they're all going to automatically include that branding. So I'm going to remove it by toggling this at the bottom. What you can do additionally is if you go into your Shopify store, head to the discounts section. You can go and create a discount code, which you can use to win back customers if they don't purchase on that first time. So I'm going to give a product discount here. I'm just going to say 15%. I'm going to call this just comeback 15. It's up to you if you want to create these more generic discount codes. You can have different settings here to say all customers, no minimum requirement, or how long it's available for. I'm just going to leave this very specific. I'm going to apply it to the homepage products here. I'm going to hit save. So if I head back into the app at this point, I can then add this to maybe the last email here. And let's just say get 15% off your order with this coupon code. So this way a customer can use this and further incentivize them to purchase. So overall, that's a very basic setup for an abandoned cart email and SMS flow here. Now this app does include quite a few different options. We can see different welcome subscriber messages, different win back emails. If you subscribe to the premium, there's additional things such as customer birthdays, price drops. This is going to be the free part here, and that's all we're going to utilize. I'm going to enable this flow and hit the save button here. Although to fully enable this, you'll also need to set up the SMS sending numbers, so where the text messages are coming from. So overall, that's going to be the basic abandoned cart flow setup for SMS and email. It's going to be using the app Automizely email and SMS marketing. Went over just a brief setup on what you should be including a discount code, and you want to remove the branding there, as well as triggering only if the customer has not ordered something already. There are quite a few details to set up in the app as well, but it can be. So next, let's create an About Us page or an Our Story page. This is an essential page to have that I think a lot of brands don't include, even though they should be, as it tells the customer about the company, why they exist, why they sell their different products, and they can explain why the customer should choose this brand over another one. I think a site such as Tentree has a great About Us page, as they explain why the company exists. One of their big things is that with every article of clothing purchased, they're going to plant 10 trees. So they talk about how they created a lasting impact, how many communities they've helped, and how they put the planet and people first. They also have a lot of photos of their products and how they are created. They also show where they were seen in to give you a little bit of social proof. A company such as Allbirds does the same thing here, as they talk about the founders. There's a photo of them to show that they're real, why they created the product, different information about the product, as well as different highlights. We can see they're a B Corp corporation, so they do business differently, and the environmental is a stakeholder in a certified B Corp corporation. Also that they made out of recycled packaging. I think this About page could even be expanded even more, so you can show what the brand is about and really feature it. I think along with FAQs, this is one of the most clicked on pages. So to create an About Us page, it's very simple to creating something like a Contact Us page. You simply want to navigate to the left-hand side here to Online Store. That's going to expand the section. Hit pages, then from there you can add a new page. So I'm just going to call this About Us here, where you give it the title. So this content editor, I would recommend writing it in a longer form document, and you can come and copy and paste it here. And you can get different options such as formatting different headings, bold, italic, underline, bullet points, indentation, coloring, tables, photos, videos, as well as different links. I just created an AI generated camping description here. Just going to spread it out to show you what it looks like. We could do things such as bolding text, italicizing it, underlining it. Maybe you want to include an image about your brand or the founders here. Maybe you want to insert image. Maybe I'll upload this camping logo, giving it all text, camping gear or something like that. I'll set it as a product banner image, click insert image here. That gives me an overall image for the page. Overall, the About Us page is very easy to create using Shopify's pre-built page template here. Once you hit save, that page is then uploaded. And to view the page, you want to hit view page here. And that's going to be a basic. In this video, I'm going to walk you how you can set up an FAQ page so customers can easily find answers to their questions without having to email you. This is great for cutting down on customer support, as well as answering any questions a customer may have before purchasing a product. So to do so, I'm going to leverage a free app on the Shopify App Store. You can create a manual one here, but I think the free app does a great job of making it easy for customers to find information. That app here is going to be Aveda FAQs, Help Desk, and Chat, and the price is completely free here. So I'm just going to add the app to the App Store, and I'll see you on the next screen. So once it's installing, hit the install app there to confirm everything so I can install with different permissions. Once it's there, you can go through the wizard here. So let's set up the FAQ page. You can set the primary contact email, the domain. I'm just going to leave these as a default here. You can link to the contact page. I'm going to link to the contact page I created in another video. Enter a phone number here, hit the next step. This is going to be setting up the help widget here. You do have to do this by default, but it's a great way to link to your FAQ setup as well. I'm just going to hit light theme here and then hit next. So this brings us to the FAQ page, which is part of the wizard, and you can actually get to it by just clicking FAQs in the top right. So I'm going to enable it first, hit the light theme, and just going to leave this as the default for frequently asked questions. Hit the finish button, and that's the first step set up. Now, in order to change the FAQs here, you just simply navigate to the top right, click FAQs. It's going to have default categories built in for order shipping, such as how long it's going to take to receive my order. To change them, you just want to hit the edit button. I could say anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, as this product is a drop shipping product, so I'm assuming it will take a while here. So you can add as many or remove as many as you want, as well as creating whole new categories by clicking the top right here under categories. And what this app does is going to automatically create a page for you in your online store. So I'm going to open up online store in a new tab, wait for that to load, go to pages in the left here, and then it's going to automatically have created this frequently asked questions. I'm going to click into the page here. I'm going to abbreviate this to FAQ, hit save. Now to view it, you click view page here. And just like that, it's going to show your FAQ section. I think this is great as well, as it does have a search ability as well as overall categories, and really easy to toggle FAQ points here, making it easy for the customer to find their information. Now I'm going to go over navigation in a later video, but I'll be adding the FAQ section to the top here and the footer here to make it easy. Now let's take a look at how you can build the contact form page for your Shopify store. Everyone should have it, and it should be linked in the header navigation, as it's going to give your customers a way to contact you if there's any issues, maybe there's an issue with shipping, maybe you have a general question about your store. You want to make sure you have a contact page that's easy for them to reach so you can come and answer their questions. Having important interactions and having good customer service is going to be essential to establishing really good relationships. So let's go over how you can create your contact page. So I'm going to show you two ways here. One's going to be using Shopify's default template. The second one is going to be using an app on the Shopify App Store, as that can give you more flexibility and more options. So the first way is going to be using Shopify's default template. And to do so, you want to navigate to the left-hand side of the menu, click on Online Store, and from there you want to hit the Pages section. Now many stores will have the contact page listed there by default. I'm going to recreate it again. Let's say you removed it or you're wondering how to create it. You click that Add Page section. I'm just going to call it Contact Us. And then from there, all you want to do is go to the right hand side under the theme template section under Online Store. Then rather than having it as a default page, you want to select Contact Page. You want to hit Save. And just like that, your contact page is going to be created. Now, if you want to view this page, you scroll up to the top section here, click View Page, and it's going to show up. So it's going to be a contact form page. It's going to be the name, email, phone number, and comment. Then the customer can hit send. You can also add a short description here saying, we'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours, something along those lines. I might include an emoji here. And then once you're done, you just want to hit the save button. I can reload this page now and the description will show up here. Now, this is a little basic here. It also doesn't have things such as reCAPTCHA, and you can't customize the fields easily. So what you could use is use a Shopify app. This one's called Form Builder-Contact Us Form by Piffy app. Then you can click the Add App button here to add it to your store. Then again, accept the permissions here by hitting Install App. And it's going to set up the process there. Now there is a free plan here, so I'm just going to stick to that one. I'm going to select Don't Show This Again, and I don't want to see that. And they do have pre-built contact form templates. Now there are quite a few here. It's going to be depending on the theme of your store and how you want it to look. But I'm just going to select this basic one here, Contact Us, with no header background. I'm going to click Go Design. That's going to give me my basic contact page here. Now I'm not going to need a phone number for contacting customers, as I prefer just email communication. So I'm going to leave that one. Remove. Subject, I think this one is a little irrelevant as well. So I'm just going to leave it as first name, last name, email. In terms of other form fields you could add, there's text boxes, text area, but I'm just going to leave this here. This one's pretty basic and I think it gets the point across. All you have to do is hit save here. Once that's done, you can then set things such as Google reCAPTCHA here. I'm going to hit enable. You can also change the email that it's going to. Hit save again. And then now for the publish section, it's going to give you a link. And so if I go and open this link up here, it's going to be my Contact Us form page. You can also embed it in a page here. I think that's going to look a little better. So I'm going to select the page, go to Pages, then the Contact Us page I just created, and click in the top section and then install the page there. And it's going to automatically put that on the page. One thing you will need to do is go back to the Contact Us page, hit default page, and hit save, as you want to remove that Contact Us template. So here we can see the HTML loaded from the form. So I'm just going to remove my extra text here saying we'll get back to you. I'm going to remove that title as well. Actually, I can't remove that title. You have to leave that there. So I'm just going to leave it as Contact Us again. Now, probably if I were to go more into detail here, I'd remove this Contact Us, as that's a duplicate text here. But if I reload the page, it's going to load the form and I get my first name, last name, email, and message. Now it is going to say made by Piffy app here, but that is because the free version is used. So you can wait if you want to have that shown, or if you want to check out another app, or just use the standard default form. So that's how you add a contact form. Looked at the Shopify map. In this video, I'm going to go over theme customization and how I would customize the homepage as well as the overall color scheme for the store. So to get to the online theme editor here, from your navigation in your Shopify homepage, you want to head to the left section, hit Online Store. Then from there, the theme section should open up by default. From there, I'm going to scroll over to Customize. It should be this green button here. Now, what I always recommend when making theme changes is to first duplicate the Shopify theme so you can have a backup in case anything goes wrong. Now, this is a theme with almost no edits on it, so I'm just going to go straight to customization, as I'd just be backing up a blank theme there. And so first, let's get an overall view of the theme editor. And so with Shopify's Online 2.0 theme, it gives you a lot of more customization options on how you want your store to look. So on the left-hand side, you get your overall sections. You have sections, theme settings, as well as app embeds. App embeds revolve around any apps installed on your Shopify app store. Theme sections is overall things here such as colors, typography, layout, buttons. So these are things that are going to be reused over in your store here. So you can customize things such as the thickness, opacity, vertical offsets for each of these types of inputs. The top part is the sections. So this is going to relate to whatever page you're loading on. So the home page gets loaded by default, but if we scroll over to the center section here, you can see you can load different product pages specifically, different collections, different pages such as your contact us page, FAQ page, different blogs overall, as well as different blog posts, the cart, and the checkout. So if we click into any one of these, you can see how it's going to look. So if I go back to the homepage here, let's overall go to some theme settings on the left and set things up such as the color scheme, as well as some of the buttons. So overall, I want to give this look for the website a white background, as that tends to be the most common, but I'll give it green buttons here for things such as the add to cart. As well, I'm going to add my logo as well. So for the accent here, I just clicked into the product here to give a better example. For primary colors, I want to leave it as white. Accent, I gave it a green color. For secondary buttons, I'm going to leave it as a black text and black border to give it a bit of contrast here. Next, I'm going to go into buttons here. I'm going to give them a corner radius of 6 pixels. So that means for the button corners here, they're going to be less sharp. Now, as I mentioned, as I go throughout these things, a lot of this is just going to be trial and error, deciding what you want to look like, deciding how you think things should look here. Something important to note is that you shouldn't really be spending 10 or 20 hours on the design, as it's probably not going to make a big difference in terms of your conversion rates, especially at the beginning and if you're not really sure what you're selling. I just want to note that there, as it's really easy to spend a lot of time on this stuff, as it can feel like you're getting something done. But if you're spending 3 hours deciding what color your add to cart button should be, you should be spending your time elsewhere. I know I did that with my first Shopify store. I debated between green and red for the longest time. I went and Googled a bunch of information, but in reality, it probably didn't matter. As long as it's easy to see and easy to understand, that gets you most of the way there. So next is going to be typography. I'm just going to leave this here. I think that's easy to read. I'm going to leave the rest of these the same here, as it is the default for the theme. And overall, as I mentioned, it's probably not going to make a big difference. So now let's dive into the homepage here and go for some overall customizations. I'll also show you how to grab images for things such as the header section. So by default, there's quite a few information here already. You have different multimedia collages, a featured video, featured columns, as well as your footer menu here. The header section is always one as well, where you can show off your product brand on the homepage. So each of these collections are in overall blocks here. So they'll be listed as sections, which pieces in the section here. So if you want to add an overall section, you can add different collages, collapsible content, collection lists, email sign up, featured collection. There's also quite a few more, but then within them, you get different customization. Let's say I want to rearrange the order here. You can do things such as that as well. So because this is a basic store with not a lot of information, I'm going to remove some sections here because I'm not going to have anything cool to put in them. So if you ever want to remove a section, you can just simply highlight it. It's going to highlight it with a blue box. There's going to be several options, so you can move them up or down. You can hide them, but I'm just going to click delete there and it's going to remove that one. Same thing for the multimedia collage, hit delete again. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up a little higher above the rich text so I can give some descriptions on what the brand is going to be about. Then we're going to move this rich text down. I'm going to add another section here. I'm going to search email. It's going to give me an email sign up section. So it's going to be subscribed to our emails. And I'm going to add an image with text section just to break things up a little bit. And because of that, I'm going to remove this talk about your brand rich text section. So again, it's going to be trial and error here to see which one you want to like and how much content you have to fill up the page with. So those changes have been made. I'm going to click save. Now I'm going to start adding some content. First things first is I'm going to get a header image here. So I'm going to use unsplash.com. It's a great way to find copyright-free photos here. I've covered this in another video, but essentially with their license, as long as you don't sell those photos, you should be okay here. So in terms of searching for free high-resolution photos, since it's a camping store, I'm just going to search camping. I'm going to get some ideas here. So I can see this one, a dad with his child. This one is a night sky. This one I think is pretty cool here. Since I'm going for more a generic feel, I just want to show what the outdoor wilderness is going to look like, kind of the relaxing nature of camping. So maybe I'll just go with this one here. I can then crop it to give me more of a horizontal feel. Then I'm going to put that on the homepage. So to start, I'm just going to download it. Now with your homepage images, it is a little bit of trial and error here. If I'm using Preview on the Mac, this is going to depend on what you're using, but you simply just want to crop the photo. I'm going to drag this down here to give me more of a wider resolution. I'm going to test that out to start, hit save. And so that's my cropped photo. Something you want to note is that photos downloaded from Unsplash are extremely large in file size. So you want to be using a site such as TinyPNG to help optimize the image, so it's not going to slow down your page load. So I'm going to upload this image that I just cropped here. One thing to note is that it's often easier to do this on the first step. I did it as a second step in case you have to recrop the image. So I'm going to download that again, go back to the page here, and then on the right hand side, you're going to get all your customizations for the section. You get quite a few for each section. So you can set the cover image, the second image, the overlay opacity. So if you have both these images here, the height, current position, and so on here, it's also going to depend on the layout. This will also change depending on which section you have highlighted, and it's going to give you further customization options. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to click change, and I'm going to replace this image with my uploaded one. I think that looks good enough here for the video. And once that's there, you just hit select and then save. You can add text here, so I'm gonna put camping gear for the whole family. Then I can change this to shop now for the latest discounts. It's really not probably the greatest overall text here. There's also an image overlay opacity, so I'm gonna make this a little darker so the text is easier to read. I'm also gonna change it to medium, as I think that adjusts the image a little better. I'm also gonna change it to top left and make it small here. I don't think it needs to take up most of the page. Now once you hit save, I have my header section here, so camping gear for the whole family, shop all. Now in this column section, I might want to give a description of what the brand is about, talk about the brand values a little bit to create more of a personal connection with the customer. For the first section, I might talk about maybe the products could be meant to last a lifetime. Obviously, this isn't going to be the best, as this is a drop shipping product here. Maybe I find a product that I make myself, it's ethically sourced, or you talk about any of the brand values that your company may have. Maybe it's affordable to every family, and maybe it's made in the USA or something along those lines. This is obviously going to depend on your brand here, but it's a great way to give an overall description of what you sell and why you sell it. So this featured product section here is a little bland, given that this product only has one featured here in the store. So I'm just going to remove it, as I think that doesn't look very great. So it's going to be an overall short page here. For this image with text, I'm going to select an image. Now to note, you don't need to use Unsplash. Shopify does have their own free images here. If you toggle over to free images, you can select different categories. I'm going to upload this product image. I think that looks nice here. To edit it, I'm going to click here, image with text. I'm going to give this a camping bag of a lifetime, just something like that to fill out the text here. Select this image and hit the save button. Then subscribe to the email section. So that gives me a basic homepage here with some information. Now, it's going to be very variable depending on your homepage. Just let me know in the comments what your homepage looks like and can provide some tips there. So next is going to be the header section. I do want to add a logo here, so I'm going to change it by clicking on the header section, going over to the right to logo image, click change, then replace. I'm going to click default logo here, then select image, and I'm going to upload the logo. Once that's uploaded, I can hit select here, and that's going to give me my camping gear logo. You can also change the width, so you can change the size here. I'm going to decrease it a little bit, and that gives me my logo. The next is going to be the announcement section. So this is an announcement bar where you can announce things such as sales or anything along those lines. I'm going to put free shipping on orders over $100. Maybe I'll change this to worldwide shipping as well, and I'll give it a nice emoji there, hitting save after that. So that's a basic homepage there. Included things such as subscribe to our emails. Maybe I would include something for 10% off just to entice the customer to subscribe. I'd also maybe change it to the accent 1 or the accent 2 background just to give it a little more separation. Now you can change these accent backgrounds by going to the left-hand side, hitting theme settings, then colors here. So you can see accent 1 gradient and accents 2. So you can get a lot of customizability on how you want that to look. I might do the same for the first section. Instead of saying background 1, I could give it background 2 here. So in this video, I'm going to bring in together all our pages to create the navigation menu, making it easy for customers to go around your website and find the pages they're looking for. So to edit the navigation menu, you want to head to the left-hand side again, hit online store, hit the navigation section. And from there, you can see two existing menus that are created by default. This is going to be the main menu and the footer menu. So let's start with the main menu here. I can just leave it titled as main menu. Then you can add different items. So let's start with the About Us page. I'm going to click add menu item, call this About. That's going to be the title of the link. I'm going to search for About Us. This brings the page here and then About Us. I'm just going to hit add there. So that's the first link. Then we do the same for Contact Us. So again, I search for Contact here, hit Contact Us, hit Add. I'm going to change Catalog to Shop, and that's going to bring it to the All Product. Hit Apply Changes. And the last one I'm going to add to the top here is the FAQ section. So again, I'm going to search for FAQ, and it's going to load my FAQ page. Just like that, I'm going to hit Save. So if I go to the left-hand side and go to this View Online Store I widget here, it's going to load the store. Then I can see on the footer menu, I can see Home, Shop, Contact Us, About, and FAQ. If you click into any one of these links, it's going to load that same page that we built before. I'm just going to change Contact Us to just Contact. I think that's a little shorter. I'm going to put it at the bottom here. Just a note, if you ever want to create submenus here, so let's say you have several categories under shop. So if I go to all products or select a specific product here, let's say the outdoor camping bag, click add. So rather than it being its own menu item here, I can go under shop, dragging this, move it a little bit to the right. And you can see it's going to slightly indent there. And then from there, it's going to be listed under. So if I go to save menu and I go to reloading this page, I can see now there's a little arrow here. So when I click on shop, it's going to show several items. Since there's only one there, it's just going to be camping bag. And then it's going to load that specific product as that's what I set it to do. Next, let's edit the footer menus. So I'm going to add the terms and conditions, the privacy policy. I know a lot of search engines like that, a lot of advertising platforms like that there. so you can make it easy for the customer to find. So I'm going to add menu item here, say privacy policy. That's my privacy policy page. I'm going to hit add, and I'm just going to skip through this as I do the remainder of them. So I've just added the privacy policy, terms of service, and refund policy, leaving these in the footer menu. I'm also going to add the FAQ one more time, just in case the customer is looking at the bottom there. So I click add, then save. And since the default footer menu is already set up here under quick links, if I go here to the quick links section, these links will now show up. Now you can have multiple different menus here talking about different things. So maybe I would split this up and put the FAQ under a separate menu rather than both linking to the same footer menu. For now, I'll just change this info one and change the menu to the main menu and select save, and that's how you add the navigation. So this is going to conclude part 2 here. If you enjoyed this module at all, hit that like and subscribe button below, as that really helps the channel out. Also, if you think any sections were missing, you want me to go over anything else, leave it in the comments below and I'll add it to part 3 here. I want to mention Profit Calc one more time, the one-click profit calculator available on the Shopify App Store. Comes with a 15-day free trial so you can test drive everything for yourself and get real-time calculation.